Hi, I'm Martin, and in this video we're going to look at one of the new primitive objects that's been added to for Designer. So down here in my asset strip in the primitives, we'll see the super NGon. Let's just drop this into the scene, and we see that we have our hexagon-shaped object. Now if we go to the object properties, we can see the different settings that are available here. So first up we have a radius control. This is independent from the scale of the object, and also an aspect ratio control. Over here we have the number of vertices, and this controls, obviously, the number of vertices on the object itself. So we can go from a triangle up to as many sided objects as we need. So let's just set this on 16 for the moment. Down here we have rounding controls, so we can actually introduce rounding to the edges. If I just reduce this so it's a bit easier to see, I introduce the rounding, you'll see that it makes a corner cut on the edges. And if I increase the rounding pieces, I can see that I smooth this out into a curve. We'll get to come back to the other rounding settings in just a moment. Let's just bump up the number of sides again, back up to 16. And now we have edge settings. This allows us to extrude or indent alternate edges to the object. So we can do this for the odd and even edges to make completely new shapes from the main NGon. There's also a possibility to introduce a shift, so if we want to twist the object slightly, we can do so in here. So we can make many different shapes out of this. Finally over here we have an inner radius section, so I can create a separate cutout inside, and this is where the internal radius rounding will kick in. And again, I have control over the number of vertices independently from the outer object. I can also shift the hole around the surface. So with this I can make many different and interesting shapes, especially useful for things like star shapes and so on. We also have separate indentation settings on the inside to make many unique objects. Finally down the bottom we also have skew settings, so we can distort the object as well if we want to. So this is a very powerful object that we never had before in 3 Designer. Gives many new creative possibilities inside the 4 Designer environment. Thank you very much.